Kingdom. The story happens during the Korean's Joseon period, a few years after the Japanese invasion of Korea. The story was about how a powerful clan orchestrated to take over the kingdom of Joseon. They used the resurrection plant to infect the king that made him undead. It is while they are waiting for the queen to give birth. Eventually, it was discovered that the queen unfortunately miscarried her unborn child. The crown prince was set to a journey to investigate what is happening in the kingdom. Meanwhile, the virus that makes human undead is already spreading throughout the country. The crown prince must prevent the further spread of the virus while addressing the power of Cho clan that wanted his deposition from the throne. Here is my top 10 characters of the kingdom. Top 10. Cho Beom-il. Cho Beom-il was a commander in the royal army of Joseon. He was a member of the Haewon-Cho clan and the son of the powerful chief state councilor Cho Hak-Ju. Lord Cho entrusted him with securing his interest in the palace. He was also involved in his father's plot to resurrect the king and keep him alive until the queen had given birth to a son. While the crown prince escaped after being accused of treason, Lord Cho sent Cho Beom-il and several soldiers to bring back the crown prince. They successfully tracked the crown prince to the Ji-Yul-hon clinic. Cho Beom-il and the crown prince Lee Chang had sword fight. Unfortunately, they were attacked by the infected physician Lee Seong-hui. Physician Lee attacked and infected one of the Beom-il's guards, who in turn infected Beom-il. The crown prince had no choice but to beheaded him. When Lord Cho received his son's head from the surviving guard, he swore revenge on the crown prince and his followers. Top 9. Cho Beom-Pal. He served as the magistrate of Dong-nae. He and nurse Seo-Bi got trapped by the infected in the frozen valley. They discovered that it is not the sun, but the temperature made the infected dormant. They ran to Muyoung and sought shelter there. After the death of Lord Cho Hak-Ju, he was appointed by the queen as the royal commander. However, he did not finish the citation during the execution of the families of the soldiers who helped the crown prince. He then joined the crown prince during the fight against the infected at the palace. He was one of those entrusted by the crown prince to train the child to be the king of Joseon. Top 8. Physician Lee Seong-hui. He was a former royal physician who ran the Ji-Yul-hon clinic near Dong-nae. He retired from royal service 3 years prior to the start of the story. When the king of Joseon fell severely ill, Lord Cho Hak-Ju summoned him to treat the king. When the king died, Lord Cho ordered Physician Lee to use the resurrection plant to revive him, which eventually caused the outbreak. When the crown prince learned that Physician Lee visited the palace, Muyoung, the crown prince's personal guard, stole the royal physician's journal. The crown prince set off to fight Physician Lee to learn the truth about what is happening in the kingdom. Physician Lee also got infected during the outbreak inside Ji-Yul-hon clinic. He was kept inside the box and eventually discovered and beheaded during the sword fight of Cho Beom-il and Crown Prince Lee Chang inside the stockroom of the Ji-Yul-hon clinic. Top 7. Muyoung. He was the personal guard of the Crown Prince Lee Chang. She stole the medical journal of the royal physician and gave it to the Crown Prince. He accompanied the crown prince in his journey to investigate what is really happening in the palace. However, when they arrive at Gyeongsang, Crown Prince Lee Chang learned from Lord Ahn-Hyeon that they already knew that they are all coming. Eventually, it was learned that Muyoung was being forced to work as a spy because his pregnant wife is being taken care of by the Haewon Cho clan. Despite of initially betraying Crown Prince Chang, when Mu-Yeong learned of the queen's evil plans of abducting pregnant women in hopes of stealing one baby, Mu-Yeong tries his best to inform Crown Prince Chang. Muyoung gets killed in the process but somehow manages to reach Chang in time to tell him about the queen's plan. Top 6. Queen Cho. Queen Cho was the second wife of the king of Joseon. She was a member of Haewon Cho clan and the daughter of the powerful chief state counselor Cho Hak-Ju. Lord Cho arranged for her to marry the king to increase his power. However, when the king falls ill and dies, before the queen gives birth, it seems his plan will be spoiled. She was also involved in summoning physician Lee Seong-hui to revive the king, thus the beginning of the spread of the virus. It was eventually discovered that she was not pregnant due to miscarriage. To be able to secure a son, she commanded to collect all the pregnant women. She killed all those who bore a daughter. She also poisoned Lord Cho Hak-Ju because they argued on the legitimacy of the son she claimed as her own. When the crown prince discovered all their wrongdoings, her chief court lady unlocked the infected in their chamber. Thus, the outbreak spread inside the palace. Queen Cho also got beaten and infected. Top 5. Yeong-Shin. Yeong-Shin was in the Ji-Yul-hun clinic and waiting for physician Lee Seong-hui to treat his wounds. He was responsible for the spreading of the disease in Ji-Yul-hun. He let the people eat the corpse of Dan-i, who was died due to the attack of the king. He fought in the war for the Japanese and provided intel to their armies. In exchange, they taught him how to use a gun. After the war, he was recruited as the member of Chak-ho. Chak-ho is an elite troop that hunts tigers. The members are chosen based on their skills regardless of their social status. He stayed with the crown prince and they fought together, from Sangju to Muyoung Seje, where he nearly headshot Lord Cho. He also fought during the infected invasion in Hanyang and one of the last man standing. He joined the prince to look for the other locations of the resurrection plants. Top 4. Lord Ahn-Hyeon. Lord Ahn-Hyeon was a former governor of Sangju and military leader of Joseon. He was a hero for the war against Japanese and eventually the master of Crown Prince Lee Chang. He rescued Prince Chang from an attack by the infected, then proved his loyalty to the royal family by defeating the palace guards pursuing the prince. When Gyeongsang province was quarantined by Lord Cho, he assisted the prince in preparing the Sangju's defenses for the imminent threat of hordes of the infected converging the city. He also joined Prince Chang when they attacked the Muyoung Seje, but eventually died in the battle. Before he died, he asked Nurse Seo-Bi to turn him into undead by using resurrection plant. He became infected and he beat Lord Cho Hak-Ju. Crown Prince Lee Chang beheaded the infected Lord Ahn-Hyeon. Top 3. Lord Cho Hak-Ju. He was the chief state counselor of Joseon. He was the head of the Haewon Cho clan and the father of Queen Cho and Cho Beom-il. He worked ruthlessly to increase his power and that of his clan. and eventually had taken over most of the government after his daughter married the king of Joseon. Lord Cho and the queen therefore called upon the services of physician Lee Seong-hui to revive the king, unfortunately the start of the spread of the disease. Lord Cho got beaten by then infected Lord Ahn-Hyeon. He was cured by Nurse Seo-Bi. As returned, Seo-Bi requested to be the royal doctor of the queen. Upon discovering that the queen faked her conception and the newborn child was not hers, Lord Cho did not agree and immediately got angry. From that instant, she was poisoned by his daughter, the Queen Cho. Top 2. The Crown Prince Lee Chang. He was the only son of the king of Joseon, but because his mother was a concubine, he was considered illegitimate. Prince Chang believed the minister was covering up his father's death to maintain his power. He organized a conspiracy with the chief scholar Kim Soon and other Confucian scholars to take control of the government. He was accused with treason. The Crown Prince Lee Chang left the capital with his personal guard Muyoung. They want to find physician Lee Seong-hui. Just at that time, the disease was already spreading in Ji-Yulhon Clinic. When the infection advanced to the greater area, the Crown Prince Lee Chang found support at Sangju, the hometown of Lord Ahn-Hyeon. He also fought against the spread of the disease but got beaten. He eventually got cured by jumping into the river. The Crown Prince sacrificed his position. He told the ministers to record his death in the official documents and declare the boy as the new king. Top 1. The nurse Seo-Bi. He was a nurse who worked with Dr. Lee Seong-hui at the Ji-Yulhon Clinic near Dongnae. Along with Yeong-Shin, she is the only survivor of the initial outbreak at the clinic. When Cho Beom-Pal were trapped by the infected in the frozen valley, they realized that the temperature, not the sun, made the infected go dormant. She also studied the resurrection plant along the way. She discovered the cure of the disease and was successfully cured Lord Cho in the infection. She also took care of the baby and cured it upon knowing that the baby got bitten. Eventually, Nurse Seo-Bi joined the Crown Prince Lee Chang in the journey for finding the resurrection plant. Please like and share this video. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit the notification bell for you to get updated to all of my upcoming videos in the future. Until next video, bye-bye!